Hello there everyone and welcome to Kaiser Harrison's Content Farm, and in this video I'm just giving my own real opinion on the super straight issue. The super straight, super gay, super lesbian, and super bi. So before I get into this, I have to define the word bigot. A person who is obstinately or unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or a faction, especially one who is prejudiced against or antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. Okay? So this definition goes both ways of the spectrum. But Democrats, leftists, cultural Marxists have taken this word bigot and politicized it towards anything that's not of their opinion or of their twisted morality. So basically, what super straight, super gay, super lesbian, and super bi are doing is they only want to be interested in the people they're interested in, but they're not really into trans people. And again, this goes to their preference and choice. If they don't want to be with a trans male or woman, that's their prerogative, that's their choice to do so, right? But there are people among the LGBTQ who take this as transphobic. It's not being transphobic because it's just these people aren't interested sexually they're not sexually interested in, let's face it, medical mutants, right? And of course that may sound harsh. Yes, maybe it's harsh, and maybe this channel will get a strike for it, but I don't care, because it's my opinion. So these people, again, let's reread this definition. Prejudice against or antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. Now, of course, I'll share it here just so I can, for posterity's sake, reveal what I'm talking about, okay? So, being antagonistic, antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership or group. So, this is from Twitter. This is what people have said. You can pause the video here and read these because I'm not going to read them. But if you want to pause anytime, this right here is what a bigot looks like. Because these are all death threats and threats of violence. That makes them the real bigot. The bigots aren't people who have a different choice or sexual preference. The bigot is, again, assholes like these making threats of violence and death threats, and dickheads like this who threatened a man's mother over a fucking social media post. But then again, these people, who says that these minority of individuals were really mentally stable to begin with, right? Because that is pretty extreme. If you're going to the point of mutilating your sexual organs, that's not sane. That's mental illness and gender dysphoria. And that sucks that there's people who suffer with that. But then again, this small minority of individuals do not have the right to dictate the sexual preference or partners of others. That's just fact. That's not bigotry. Most of these people, they're just not into trans men and women sexually. That's not bigotry, that's not hate, and that's not antagonizing. That's distancing themselves because they're not into that shit. Just like it wouldn't be hate or bigotry if you're against like bestiality, furry shit, and other degenerate behaviors, right? That does not mean, that just means you're not into that and you're not mentally ill. But then again, the small minority of people who are trans or insert made up gender here, they're just these weird psychopathic, sociopathic people who feel as if they have to control other people. And in closing this video, I have to make this pretty well known for the sake of YouTube community guidelines and my own opinion. I'm against certain lifestyles. Okay, I'm not going to get into specifics, but I'm totally against it spiritually, morally, and physically. But if you keep these things to yourself, with your partners, within your own lives, within the privacy of your own home, and you're not hurting anyone, you do you. But the minute I have a problem, again, with things, is when you start making threats against other people, like this. And the other problems I have, so when you start trying to change religious doctrine, scripture, in churches, mosques, or wherever it be, and to trying to change the speech of others, and lastly, trying to push this into other people's homes and private lives. That's where I have a problem with it. But if you don't cross that line, you can be into whatever weird shit you want, as long as you're not hurting animals, people, or being violent towards others. That's my real opinion. You can, if you're into humping robots or washing machines, I don't care. As long as you're not hurting anyone, animals, or taking your preference or sexual proclivities into church, home, or around children. That's mainly, or animals for that matter. And that's my real opinion. So I'll end this video here. Thanks for stopping by on Kaiser Harrison's Content Farm, which there's 7 subscribers, I think, now. But if this video gets more than 10 views, that'd be awesome. If this video gets more than 1 like, cool. If not, that's totally fine too. This is just a channel where I upload just a bull rush of content occasionally. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment and or subscribe. See you next time. I'm out of here.